Hey y'all, I'm Anna and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you another side dish for Thanksgiving, and we're making dressing today. There are so many different ways that you can make dressing. A lot of it is a matter of preference, but this is the way that my Aunt Gladys makes it, and in my opinion she makes the best dressing ever. So Gladys, I hope I can do it as good as you. We will see. But let's go ahead and get started by going over all the ingredients. I have a 9 by 13 inch baking dish that I've sprayed really well with nonstick cooking spray, and I have almost an entire loaf of white sandwich bread that I've just tore apart like this, and it is stale bread. I've got 2½ stalks of celery, 1 onion, 2 eggs, about a stick of butter, some parsley, rosemary, and poultry seasoning. I'm also going to need about 2½ cups of chicken stock, but I'm boiling some on the stove right now, so in a couple of minutes when that's ready, we'll get started. I have my large skillet preheating over about medium heat and my butter is melting. I wanted to tell you how I made my chicken stock. So the other day we had a rotisserie chicken, and after we were finished with it, I took the bones and I boiled them. I just covered it with water, added some salt, and boiled them for about 2 hours, and then I strained it into this, and this makes the best chicken stock. But if you don't have time to make your own, of course just use some store-bought. Alright, so this looks like it's nice and melted, so I'm going to add in my celery and onions now, and saute these for probably 5 or 10 minutes. These have been sauteing here for just a couple of minutes. They still have a ways to go, but I'm going to add in some parsley flakes, my poultry seasoning, and my rosemary. And this is all a matter of preference. Add as much or as little as you want. If you use fresh parsley, you can add more, but since this is dried, I'm not going to use too much because it is strong. Same with the rosemary. If I had fresh, I would totally use it. I just rarely buy it. My onions and celery look perfect. They were sauteing for probably 10 minutes in all, and you can see that they are nice and soft. And listen, it smells like Thanksgiving up in here, and I am so excited. So there's that, and I have let this cool for probably 10 minutes or so because when we add the eggs in, I don't want there to be any chance of them scrambling. So they've been cooling. My chicken stock is nice and cooled off, and I've got my bread. Now it's very important to use stale bread if you can. If you can't get your hands on stale bread or you just don't have any, what you can do is just use fresh bread and put it in the oven around 250 for just a few minutes at a time. I'd say maybe every 5 minutes take it out and mix it around and just let it dry out. So mine, that's actually what I did because all I had was fresh. So these are a little bit crispy. So they're not perfectly soft, which is good. So I've got that ready. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is take my cooled off onions and celery and just pour it over here. It's gonna look kind of messy and weird, but it will all work out. So I'm gonna add all of that. I've got a fork and I'm just gonna stir it together and try to get the onions and celery all mixed in evenly. If you're making this on Thanksgiving to go alongside your turkey, what you should do is take the drippings from your turkey, put them in a fat separator, and then take the good part, like not the fat, but the stock part, and use that instead of chicken stock, or add it to your chicken stock, and that will be delicious. So that's what I'm gonna do on Thanksgiving, but today I didn't make a turkey, so I'm just using some other chicken stock. And it's still gonna be really good. All right, that looks perfect. Now I'm gonna take my cooled off chicken stock and add in both of my eggs and mix it really well, and then we'll pour it in. So this next part is all a matter of preference. Some people like their dressing really wet. Some people like theirs more on the dry side. I like mine kind of an in-between, so usually 2½ cups of stock along with 2 eggs is perfect. But I'm still going to just add a little bit at a time, mix it really well, and there is always a chance that I may not need all of this, so we'll just have to see. ended up using exactly 2.5 cups of stock along with 2 eggs, and this is exactly how I like it. So now I'm gonna take some foil and cover it, and we're gonna bake it in the oven for about 40 minutes, and then after 40 minutes, we'll take the foil off and let it brown for another 40 or 45 minutes. So when it is completely done, I will show you what it looks like. My dressing just came out of the oven. Actually, it's been about 5 minutes, so it's cooled a little bit. I'm so excited to taste it. It smells amazing in here. Gladys, it smells just as good as yours. I just hope it tastes as good. All right, so I'm gonna make my plate now and give it a taste. That's pretty darn good. I like how the texture is kind of different throughout. The bottom is a little more soft and the top part is more crispy. It is perfection, and I cannot wait to go to town on this and eat the whole thing. It is so good. The only thing that's missing is a little bit of gravy. Thankfully though, tonight I'm making some mashed potatoes and gravy, so I'm gonna lather this up with some gravy later, and it's gonna be so good. I really hope that this video was helpful for you. If you make this dressing, please let me know down in the comments. And starting next week, we are all about some Christmas recipes, and I'm so excited. If you have any suggestions for Christmas videos, let me know, and I would love to bring it to you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love it if you would join my YouTube family. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. Bye!